In New York City politics, Zohran Mamdani, a Democratic socialist, is on the brink of a historic mayoral victory. His campaign champions the working class, challenges corporate power, and calls for restructuring housing, policing, and social services. Mamdani's rise signals a shift in voter expectations, resonating with those left behind by inequality. Progressives see his success as validation for transformative policies, while moderates fear alienation of centrist voters. This internal conflict within the Democratic Party is now playing out in real time, with the New York City mayoral race as its dramatic centerpiece. The outcome could redefine the party's future direction. The Democratic Party is often described as a big tent, a term that captures its remarkable ability to bring together people with a wide range of beliefs, values, and priorities. Within its ranks, you'll find everyone from conservative-leaning Democrats who prioritize fiscal responsibility and national security, to progressives who champion bold reforms on healthcare, climate change, and social justice. This ideological spectrum is not just a theoretical concept. It's visible in the party's leadership, its grassroots activists, and the millions of voters who identify as Democrats across the country. This diversity is widely regarded as one of the party's greatest strengths. By uniting people from different walks of life, across age, race, religion, geography, and economic status, the Democratic Party is able to build broad coalitions that are essential for winning elections in a country as varied as the United States. The party's ability to appeal to urban professionals, rural farmers, young activists, and older union members alike is a testament to its inclusive approach. To maintain this coalition, the party often tailors its messages to fit the unique political environments of different regions and communities. Campaigns in urban centers might focus on affordable housing and public transit, while those in rural areas emphasize agricultural policy and job creation. This flexibility allows the Democratic Party to remain relevant and responsive to the needs of its diverse base, but it also requires careful coordination and compromise. However, the very breadth that gives the party its strength can also be a source of internal tension. As new voices and movements emerge, such as the rise of progressive leaders like Zohran Mamdani, debates over the party's direction become more pronounced. These debates often play out in public forums, town halls, and even on the campaign trail, highlighting the challenges of reconciling differing priorities within the same political family. The success of figures like Mamdani signals a growing demand for the party to adopt more left-leaning policies, especially among younger and more activist members. This shift puts pressure on moderate Democrats to either adapt to these new priorities or risk losing touch with an energized segment of the base. The party's leadership must navigate these dynamics carefully, seeking ways to bridge divides and keep the coalition intact. Balancing these differences is no easy task. It requires ongoing dialogue, negotiation, and a willingness to find common ground. Party leaders must work to ensure that all voices are heard, while also presenting a unified front to the public. This balancing act is crucial for maintaining both party unity and electoral viability. Ultimately, the big tent philosophy is not just a slogan, it's a strategic necessity. In order to build a majority coalition capable of winning national elections, the Democratic Party must continue to welcome a wide array of perspectives and experiences. This inclusivity is what allows the party to reflect the changing face of America. The ongoing challenge for the Democratic Party is to find ways to articulate a dual mission, one that honors its diverse roots while forging a shared vision for the future. By doing so, the party can remain a powerful force for change and a unifying voice in American politics. Zohran Mamdani's rapid rise in New York politics has become a powerful symbol of the growing ideological divide within the Democratic Party. His unapologetically progressive platform and vocal advocacy for democratic socialism have energized a new generation of voters, but have also deepened the rift between the party's left and its more moderate establishment. The debate between socialists and moderates is no longer just a quiet undercurrent. It's now front and center, shaping the party's identity and future direction. Moderates argue that pragmatic governance, incremental reforms, and bipartisan compromise are the keys to winning elections and enacting lasting change. They believe that appealing to the broadest possible coalition is essential for defeating Republicans and maintaining power in a deeply divided nation. On the other hand, socialists and progressives insist that only bold, transformative policies can address the scale of the crises facing America today. They call for sweeping reforms in healthcare, housing, climate action, and economic justice, arguing that incrementalism has failed too many for too long. This ideological clash is vividly apparent in heated policy debates, whether it's the push for Medicare for all, the Green New Deal, or tuition-free college. Each side accuses the other of risking the party's future. Moderates warn of alienating swing voters, while progressives warn of losing the party's soul. Mamdani's electoral victories and growing influence have forced Democratic leaders to confront these differences head-on, not just in rhetoric, but in the practical realities of campaigning, legislating, and governing. Many moderates worry that the party's leftward shift could alienate centrist and independent voters, potentially jeopardizing hard-won seats in competitive districts and threatening the party's national prospects. Yet for progressives, Mamdani's success is proof that a passionate grassroots movement can energize disillusioned voters, bring new people into the political process, and build a coalition powerful enough to demand real change. At its core, this debate is about more than just policy. It's about the Democratic Party's long-term strategy, its values, and its vision for the country's future. Should the party double down on bold ideas, or play it safe to protect its electoral chances? The outcome of this internal struggle will ultimately shape not only the Democratic Party's identity, but also its ability to win elections and govern effectively in the years ahead. As the party stands at this crossroads, it must decide whether to persuade from the center or inspire from the left, knowing that the choice will define its legacy for a generation. DNC Chair Ken Martin seeks to unify the party amid growing internal friction. He frames the rise of both socialists and moderates as a sign of the party's strength. Martin emphasizes common objectives, like making life affordable and standing against authoritarianism. He champions the big tent philosophy as essential for political victory. Martin's message is one of inclusion and expansion, not ideological purges. By presenting a united front, he aims to reassure voters and counter Republican narratives. The party's ability to manage its differences will determine its success in future elections. The GOP sees Zohran Mamdani's rise as a chance to damage the Democratic brand. Republicans aim to link all Democrats to Mamdani's socialist agenda, portraying it as a threat to American values. This strategy involves painting the Democratic coalition with a broad, extreme brush. The effectiveness of this narrative remains a critical question for American politics. While it has worked in the past, the growing popularity of figures like Mamdani suggests a shift. The battle is over who defines these labels for the average voter. The outcome will influence the political landscape and the Democratic Party's future. On a brisk afternoon in New York, Zohran Mamdani's campaign rally became a focal point for the progressive movement, drawing together supporters from across the city and beyond. The presence of Bernie Sanders, a figure synonymous with grassroots activism and bold policy proposals, lent the event a sense of urgency and national significance. Sanders, known for championing causes like Medicare for all and tuition-free college, stood shoulder to shoulder with Mamdani, signaling that this campaign was about more than just one district. It was about the future direction of the Democratic Party. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, another powerhouse of the progressive movement, joined Sanders on stage, amplifying the rally's message. Her presence electrified the crowd, which was made up of people from all walks of life: students, working families, longtime activists, and first-time voters. Together, Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez showcased the strength and unity of the progressive movement, demonstrating that their vision for economic and social justice resonates far beyond their own districts. The event was more than a campaign stop. It was a declaration that Zohran Mamdani is emerging as a leader within a national movement. His ability to draw such influential figures and inspire a passionate crowd showed that he is not an isolated phenomenon, but part of a broader wave of change sweeping through American politics. The endorsements from Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez connected Mamdani's race to a much larger struggle for economic justice, affordable housing, and a government that works for ordinary people, not just the wealthy and well-connected. Their support sent a clear message: the fight for progressive values is alive and growing, and Mamdani's campaign is at its forefront. The rally's central theme, "New York is not for sale," was a direct challenge to the powerful interests that have long shaped the city's politics. Protesters and supporters alike held signs denouncing the influence of big money and real estate developers, making it clear that this movement is about reclaiming the city for its residents. The energy at the rally was palpable. Volunteers handed out campaign materials, supporters waved flags and signs, and the crowd erupted in cheers as each speaker took the stage. This surge of enthusiasm helped build crucial momentum for Mamdani's campaign, energizing the progressive base and inspiring new volunteers to join the cause. The event also demonstrated the movement's impressive organization and its ability to mobilize support quickly and effectively. Grassroots teams coordinated outreach, organized meetings, and brought together people who might never have been involved in politics before, all united by a shared vision for change. As the campaign gained traction, Mamdani's likely victory began to be seen as a pivotal step in transforming the Democratic Party from within. His success would signal that progressive ideas are not only popular, but also politically viable in one of the nation's most influential cities. Ultimately, the rally was both a moment of celebration and a powerful declaration of intent. For progressives, it marked a turning point, a sign that their movement is gaining strength, building alliances, and shaping the future of American politics. A new report from the center-left group, Welcome, warns against the party's leftward drift. It argues that left-leaning rhetoric risks alienating moderate and independent voters. The report suggests focusing on economic opportunity to unite a wider coalition. This analysis challenges the progressive narrative of bold, unapologetic stances. The report serves as a warning. Embracing the far left may cost the political center. DNC Chair Ken Martin seeks a middle ground, balancing economic fairness and social justice. The party's challenge is to articulate a unifying message in a polarized America. DNC Chair Ken Martin believes the party can pursue economic and social justice simultaneously. He argues these goals are intertwined, crucial for holding the party's big tent coalition. Zoran Mamdani's campaign merges economic populism with social and racial justice. His platform connects economic inequality to racial injustice, building a broad coalition. The party must articulate a vision that appeals to common economic anxieties and unique community challenges. This strategy tests the party's messaging and discipline in a divisive media environment. Success or failure will determine the party's ability to counter Republican narratives. The path chosen will shape the political landscape for a generation. The 20,000 Crown would not been Sandam, 25. New York City mayoral race is a battleground for the Democratic Party's soul. Zoran Mamdani's likely victory validates the progressive movement's call for transformative change. The party faces a choice moderation and incrementalism or bold structural reform. The outcome will define the party's identity and strategy for future elections. Mamdani's success could shift the party's center of gravity to the left, energizing new voters. However, it could also provide Republicans with ammunition to paint Democrats as radical. The party's ability to harness this energy without alienating cautious voters is its central challenge.